Well, speaking of fun, how fun was camp this time?
It was pretty fun, actually. I had a lot of cool stuff I got to do, and I just started training with the guys at Muscle Farm out there at that new gym they opened up, so that was been pretty cool. And I've had a lot of people help me in this fight. A lot of people want to see me smash this dude, so I've had a lot of support.
More so than past opponents?
Kind of, yeah. Maybe because I'm like the co-main now and I'm on the poster and stuff too. Maybe that I'm sure that helped a little bit. But I mean, I normally have a lot of support, but it was just a little more this time. Like I felt like I had a lot more support this time from like training partners and stuff like that to come in. Not that I don't ever have support anyway, but
sure. And when you're coming in with the guy that's got that O still at the end of his record, does that give a little extra fuel? Like you want to be the one that makes that O go?
Yeah, and he'll be the fourth person in my career that I've gave that first loss to, so I'm pretty stoked to do it again. The last guy I fought, Joaquin Silva, didn't have a loss to, and I gave him his first loss. So I'm looking to do that again. It's gonna be sick.
Well, starting to talk about your opponent, have you ever fought anybody that has the sort of pedigree that he has, especially when it comes to the wrestling side of things? And what sort of difficulties will that pose in this fight?
I've fought some pretty good wrestlers, some D1 wrestlers, and I've smashed them all. The only guy that I had trouble with was Rustam Kabilov. He beat me, obviously, but he's a different kind of wrestler. He's more of a like Greco Sambo guy, which is a lot different. But typically wrestlers have a really, really hard time with me. And I'm expecting Gregor to have that same amount of hard time with me too, just because of my size, my strength, and just the abilities that I have, my skill set.
And you're enjoying the fact that this is in his backyard. It's a little extra fuel to kind of come in and smash a guy in his own backyard?
Yeah, I mean, I got the nickname from hell for a reason, so I'm actually looking forward to smashing in front of his home crowd and making them hate me.
Well, I was reading up on that. This was given from hell from your mother?
Yeah.
Can you give us a little story on the genesis of where that's from?
Well, when I was a kid, I was kind of a little can I cuss?
You can feel free.
When I was a little kid, I was kind of a little asshole, and I got in a lot of trouble, and I did a lot of fucked up shit, so my mom used to call me just like, well, not even just my mom, but like a lot of people would basically call me like the devil's son, you know what I mean, just because of my mentality and the way I've always been. And I never told my mom about fighting until I turned pro, and when I told her, she kind of laughed. And she was like, yeah, I know you fight. You get arrested for it all the time. And I was like, no, I'm actually like going to get paid for it. Like it's going to be like my job. Like I'm going to make something with it. And she's like, oh, what's your nickname going to be? The Pichel from hell. And I just started laughing. So then I told like my coach and some friends that I lived with at the time. And like they were like, oh my God, it's so fucking perfect. So like they were like Pichel from hell Pichel. And then, you know what I mean? From hell Pichel kind of stuck. So like that's how it like came about. But ultimately, it came from my mom. My mom threw it out there, and then I, like, with some friends and, you know, my coaches and teammates, we all, like, workshopped it, and, you know what I mean, it became what it is from Hell Pichel.
That's awesome. Well, break your opponent down for us. What are you expecting? Where is he dangerous? We know about his wrestling, but he also has some hands as well, but break him down for us.
I'm honestly just really, I think his biggest strength to get me is going to be his wrestling and his cardio. I know he's a pusher. He's going to come at me. He's going to try to finish me, of course. Like he has the other opponents. I just think he's going to have a really hard time wrestling and shooting in on me. Because there's strikes involved, it's not just a straight wrestling match. If it was a straight wrestling match, like I would honestly give him the win 9 out of 10 times because he's a wrestler. That's what he does. It's pedigree. He's a 4-time whatever champion of whatever he's done in wrestling. So that being said, you know what I mean, this is an MMA fight, and once I hit him, I know he's going to back up or he's going to instinctively shoot. He's going to worry about taking that shot because I have a lot of power, and even if I don't throw hard, I know I hit hard, so I know that's going to worry him a lot and cause him to make some mistakes. I just got to basically keep that range, keep making him make mistakes, and not playing to his game, more playing to my game, sort of speaks to that way. It's my fight, not his, because I want to fight my fight, not his. You know, that's how I'm going to get the win. That's how I'm going to get the finish.
I know you got 8 out of 11 victories are KO, but would a submission win over a guy like this? Because you do have submission skills.
Yeah, I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, so you know I'm pretty savvy off my back or on top or you know in basically any position I can catch something. So if I do get a submission, that'd be awesome. You know what I mean? And I'm actually been working on a lot of stuff, a lot of submissions to counteract his wrestling and you know catch a submission or either reverse the position, end up on top, and you know that sort of thing. So if I catch submission, that'd be sick. You know, he'd be my first submission, and I mean that'd be kind of embarrassing for him, I guess.
Random thing I saw, you sold batteries for AAA before you started fighting.
Yeah.
What was your salesman style?
I don't know.
Or were you good at it at least?
I actually am pretty good at it. Like I mean, despite my moniker and how I am right now and my mentality, like I'm a pretty personable person. So like I like meeting people and I like, you know, talk to people and stuff. So when I meet people, I'm super personal. And actually, like a lot of people that I meet and they find out that I do fight, they're like, whoa, you're a fighter? And I'm like, yeah. Like they don't really expect it, you know what I mean? Just because of how I am. Like I'm such a like happy-go-lucky person, and you know, always smiling. So when my sales, like I was pretty good with it, you know what I mean? But when before I was fighting, I was an electrician. And then I quit that to fight, and then I ended up getting the job at AAA because I was working at some dead end, like what is it? I was working like shipping and receiving at a sporting goods store, at a Chick sporting goods store in Moore Park, California. So I was working there, and then I quit there to work for AAA because more money, more opportunities and stuff for me. And plus, like I'd work 11-hour shifts, but I'd be on call. So if I didn't have any calls, I could just relax and do whatever. So in between those times, a lot of times I would like go run, or you know what I mean, I'd do stuff like that, or just hang out with my brother at his house because where I worked was in Simi, where he lived at the time, and I wasn't out there at the time. So I did that, but I loved it, honestly. It was a pretty cool job. I got a lot of how can I say this, functional strength out of it, because I was always constantly lifting batteries, which are like 40, 50 pounds, 70, 80 pounds sometimes, you know what I mean? So I had really strong shoulders. I was changing tires, doing stuff like that. So it actually kind of worked out. Like I took a lot of benefits from it, aside from all the bullshit that I dealt with doing it too.
It seems like you like to make fight weeks fun. You know, you talked about your camp. Are you the kind of fighter that you don't let, you know, any personal sort of shit talking that might happen play into a fight, or is it fun for you every once in a while to maybe dabble in that to carry into a fight? Do you need to be, I guess, do you need to be angry at your opponent, or is it just you're going out and you're having fun?
Yeah, I don't need to be angry at the opponent. I'm going out there obviously trying to take his head off, just trying to rip his head clean off. But I don't hate anyone that I fight. Like for instance, like if like Damian Brown, the guy that I fought when I my comeback fight, like I told him too, like he was an Army vet. He just had a kid, and I was actually cutting weight with him in the sauna. So I was like telling him like, hey, congrats on the kid, like respect for the military thing, you know what I mean? Like I super have a lot of respect for those kind of people, you know what I mean? Because they sacrifice their life and stuff. So that's just kind of person I am. And to me, like, we're just brothers, you know what I mean? Like, we'll fight, and then afterwards we'll drink a beer and laugh about it, you know what I mean? Like, win or lose, like, it's okay to me. Like, it's all part of the game, you know what I mean? Like, I don't expect to win every fight. Of course I want to, but I don't expect to win everything. You know what I mean? It's just not reality, you know what I mean? I'm a realist, and that's just not reality to me.
That's the salesman in you.
Yeah.
So you had that long, couple-year layoff that you had a few fights back. How nice is it to be able to have consistency now? This is your third fight, third full camp without any issues. Like, that must feel pretty good.
Yeah, it's super awesome. I've actually been plagued with a lot of injuries and a lot of just, I don't want to say injuries, but being hurt and injuries and stuff too as well in my camps, because I'm the kind of guy who's like too stupid to know when to quit sometimes. So like, I'll train and train and train. Even if I'm hurt, I'll still train and I'll still go hard. And I a lot of times I hurt myself doing that because I don't give myself the time to recover or recuperate. But I've changed that a lot since that. I've learned a lot in that layoff, which I actually counted the days, and it was 1,113 days, because some guy just fought on one card and the UFC posted it, and they said after it was like he fought like 700 something days. And then that made me think, like, shit, how long was I out? So that's when I got the number from. I was like, it's been 1,113 days since fight to fight for me in that time layoff. So, and honestly, like, I wasn't even in the gym for 2.5 years of that over 3-year time that I was out. But I don't know, man. I'm a super motivated person, and I changed a lot of my camp. I still train super hard, but now I'm a little smarter about it. I take care of my body. I have a sports medicine doctor I see now. It keeps me, movement and keeps my mobility up. I do cryotherapy and stuff. I ice my body. If I'm injured or if I'm hurting, I'll stop and I'll take care of that outside of training. But I'll still be training as well. I'll adjust my training to not totally hurt myself.
Absolutely. It's almost like you've had 2 UFC debuts. I feel like you had a couple fights before. Now you're a name that's circled again on the roster. Somebody that's rising through the ranks, and you're 35 years old, but it seems like you're improving every fight. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely an old dog here for all these young guys. But, when the guys that I train with guys who are in their 20s, early 20s, and I wear them out, you know what I mean? Like, I just have, in my head, I'm not 35, you know what I mean? I'm still 21, I'm still going after. I'm still like this little cockstrong young buck that's like out there trying to get it, you know what I mean? So that's just my mentality. But I don't know, I'm definitely a little smarter now because I've learned a lot, and it feels good to have that second return fight, I guess you say, or debut, because my first one was kind of shitty. I lost. But it felt really good. It felt good to be back and finish, get that knockout, and just to to know and put my stamp in the roster again, let everyone know that I'm dangerous and I'm here and I'm back, and there's no stopping me once I'm going.
And how nice is it to be on the fight poster, co-main event, big spot here?
Oh, pretty awesome, man. Like, I honestly didn't even know until I saw the poster. Like, I didn't know I was the co-main. I didn't even know I was on the main card. I haven't even been on the main card yet. The biggest thing I was on the prelim card when I fought Damian Brown in New Zealand. And that was pretty cool. But then when I saw I was on the fight poster, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this is sick. Like, I'm like, the UFC's like, in my head, I'm like, okay, the UFC is going to push one of us after this. You know what I mean? Like, they're really starting to take notice of all the hard work I've put in. And it feels good because I'm not like I'm not an attention whore. I'm not out there trying to get social media followers or get people to love me and this and that. You know what I mean? I'm just out there doing me. You know what I mean? And it feels good to definitely be on that poster. I even told all these guys, like, I want their cardboard cutouts, and I'm gonna go buy a ton of posters because a bunch of friends want them. You know what I mean? So like, I'm basking in that glory right now. I really like it. Like it gives me a huge sense of pride and confidence in myself and my abilities, and all the hard work and all the hard times that I've been through are finally paying off. So it feels good.